Hello and welcome back to TeamSport Leeds, where it is GPOne today, which is 10-minute practice, 3 5-minute F1 style elimination qualifying rounds, and then 2 20-minute races. I went to Wakefield Indoor Karting earlier this week, and with the karts I had there, much like Max Verstappen at a petrol station, I was left sat watching everybody else drive away from me. So I'm kind of hoping that I can get a bit better luck when we go to TeamSport this week. I know that's a bit wishful thinking, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Anyway, as we get through to the straight, I realise how silly that was to think. I've already swapped out of one kart that did a 42-second fastest lap, which is pretty bloody slow. So I'm hoping that this one, it feels a little bit better. I'm catching this guy through the corners, but as we get to any sort of straight, he's definitely pulling away. Through 5, make up a little bit of time. Through 6, not too bad again, but I'm sort of able to use the slipstream in some places to get a little bit more out of this kart than it really should have been able to do. But even so, it's a pretty dreadful 41.6, which sees me qualify as bad as P11 out of 16. So, starting all the way down in 11th on this sort of corner grid slot, which is never really good, and as the lights go out, I get not a bad start. This car actually felt pretty good, but I've already got Jack on the inside. There he is still. So, through the first corner, give him space, keep the position, fantastic. I'm still in 11th. Anyway, through the chicane, I'm sort of hoping that I can use the speed of this car to catch up and make amends for the terrible qualifying, basically. Lights go yellow, don't know why, they go green again, pretty quickly. So, we are back racing. Everyone in a straight line so far. Maybe someone behind had an issue, but anyway. End of lap 1, through the second to last corner, through the last one, pretty much line of stern. Let's see how fast we can do. So, starting to catch a little bit on Alfie on the straight. Alfie must be in a really bad car because he's a good driver. This car, like I said, felt pretty good, so through the chicane we are going to be a little bit on the back of Alfie. Some contact in front. Through 5, huge gaggle of drivers. Through 6, there's Tom at the very front of the gaggle. Everyone else fighting their way through. Adam goes for a move on the inside.
Kill Jester.
Very brave to go up the inside of somebody on the bridge, on the underpass. Both of them, very brave, stuck it out. Jester manages to keep the position. Very good racing, great racing. Adam with the little tuck down as well, and I've caught up about 2/10 on Alfie compared to the first one. He goes deep through the first corner, so that gives me a chance for the old switcheroo. I look through side by side through the chicane, not happening though.
Where did you come from?
Jack gets the move, but through the turn 5, he's not there on the inside on turn 6. Give him a little bit of room, not really enough, but he wasn't there anyway, so we are through. Adam again goes for a move. He is side by side with Jester as well, but just not enough to take the position. So Adam getting really fighty. Me on the back of Alfie. Alfie gets a slow run out of there. Like I said, the car was pretty bad for him. Mine was half decent. So I get alongside, a little bit in front on the straight. Through the first corner, he gets the inside, but I come back along the outside. We go side by side through the first part of the chicane, not through the second. So he is in front. I look around, there's sort of someone there, this time no one.
I will remember you.
There we go, cool. Race, slightly impacted, so nobody there. Hit on the rear corner. Everyone goes through, and I have lost 5 places, so I'm down to dead last. Doing a really good job of avenging my 11th place in qualifying by halfway through lap 4 going to the back of the pack. Hopefully we can try and fight our way back and make up some ground though. You know, just get stuck in, try and have a bit of a battle with people. So, through the last corner, we are on the back of this guy in 16. Not really fast enough. His sticker there flying around in the slipstream behind him. Gets a little bit too much speed through the first corner, not enough for me to get a good run into the chicane though, so big moment there. I don't know what happened, but I was a bit scared there because suddenly he was sideways. Through 5, through 6, I go for the old switcheroo. Think I'm not going to get it. He looks, he gives me space. Thank you very much. Cool. Lap 5, let's see how much we can get through now as we come to the end of lap 5. Turns out, not very much. Same place, been lapped by Joel, been lapped by Max, not been able to get through the guys in front because they are fighting tooth and nail and defending everything to within an inch of their life, which we are going to see. Max, guy in front, blue and white helmet, he is lapping this guy. He says nope, takes a position back, puts him up against the wall, keeps the place through 7, jumping forwards another lap. Max goes for a move, a little bit of contact there. Max trying to go around the outside, door slammed shut again. Through 7, he maintains the position, goes defensive, going under the bridge. He is not letting Max lap him, and this is just letting Joel drive off into the distance. I didn't want to get in the way of Max. Didn't want to take him out or do anything. I don't want to get in the way of the leaders, you know, I don't want to ruin their race just because mine's been ruined. Anyway, lap 21, Max makes a move, clean pass, big gap, nope, contact there, but that allows me to get around the outside, take the place, and I'm up into 13th on lap 21. Great stuff, very excited. Let's see if we can follow Max through anyway and try to use him to get a slipstream, get some speed out the kart, get another place as well. See if we can only finish one place down on where we started. Through the chicane, Max not close enough so he can't get anything going. Up and over the bridge though, he gets a great run, looks across, gives him loads of space. That guy doesn't really use the apex, but Max is through, safe anyway. A little bit of oversteer for turn 6 for the guy in front, so let's see if we can try and get past him. He's not too much getting away on the straights, thankfully, but through the second to last corner, he goes a little bit deeper, through onto the last corner. He takes a lot more speed through, gets an oversteer on the exit, which gives me a good run at the straight. He doesn't defend the inside. I get up the inside, through. He's still there on the outside, so I give him some space, but through the chicane, that is the position done. And that's basically the end of that race, to be honest. Punted down to dead last on lap 4. By the end of lap 27, I've made up 4 places, including a black flag for someone. So, cool. Anyway, let's see what we can do in the second race, because I'm really hoping I can have a much better second race. Maybe get a good kart for second race as well, and like I said, atone for the terrible qualifying. Lap 1, sorry, P11. Nope, terrible start. Kart doesn't want to move. Jack immediately through. Fantastic stuff. Down into P12. 3 guys went home after this as well, so there's only 1 person behind me now. Bit of contact in front, I slow down. That earns me a one-way trip into and underneath the barrier. Cool. Looking at it in slow motion, there's a bit of contact in front, nowhere for me to go at this point, so I'm on the brakes, slowing down a bit, but the one guy behind just punts me into and underneath turn 2. There we go. David turning the kart off so I can get out and look at what I can do. There's the guys in turn 5, that's the front of the pack. There's me underneath turn 2. Race over at this point. My goal is to try and catch up to someone. The kart feels pretty weird though. I'm trying to wiggle the wheel, see if the wheel's going to fall off, because the front right was sort of... it was not at the same angle it was before it went in. It felt a bit weird, but let's see if I can try and catch up. My one goal for this race is to catch up to the pack in some way. 35 laps later, I have failed at that one goal. I've not been able to catch up anyone. The kart was a 41.6 fastest. That was everything I could get out of it. And great. First race, I made it halfway through lap 4 before getting put to the back. Second race, I don't even make it 2 corners before the race is over. So I've had a pretty bloody frustrating evening, to be honest. But as we come through the last corner, David mercifully waves the flag.
Oh, well, thank God that's over.
And that concludes my GP1, which was pretty GP crap. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have better luck than I do, and hopefully you'll see you out on track again soon. Cheers!